Celtic calm number 21. Quiet illumination, Imbas in winter. Welcome to Celtic Calm, a meditation from Holywell Books. Find a comfortable position and gently close your eyes. Take a slow breath in and release. Today we journey to ancient Ireland, to wisdom preserved in weathered manuscripts, spoken by saints and sages, and offered now to you. Let the noise of the world fall away. Breathe and listen. Imagine a winter morning before first light, the kind that pares sound down to small things. The creak of a rafter, the ash-soft breath of a waning fire, a pale rim of frost settling along the sill. Outside, fields hold their quiet, stone walls blacken with damp. A single star hangs above the roofline and seems closer than usual. Inside, the room is dark enough that shapes are suggestions, and the ember in the grate is the only clear fact. This is the season when you listen more than you speak. When insight feels less like effort and more like something entering, exact as a key. Take one slow breath in, cool and steady. Release it without rush. Notice the way your ribs make room for air, and then how the air leaves of its own accord. Early poet lawyers in Ireland called a certain kind of knowing Imbas forosnai, inspired knowledge that illuminates. It appears in old glossaries from the early medieval period, set among practical words and everyday meanings, as if illumination belonged beside bread and law. The Filid, the learned poets, were guardians of this work: memory, counsel, praise, rebuke, speech shaped to serve truth. In winter, when fields rested and the year turned in darkness, the mind had time to clear. A clean paired season ready for the small beam of meaning. Breathe again, unforced. Feel the colder air at the nostrils, the warmer air as you exhale. Leave the body to its rhythm. Think of the stone passage at Bóinne in midwinter. For most of the year, that inner chamber stays night black, the kind of dark that closes the eyes from within. But on a handful of mornings, a narrow shaft of sunlight enters the roof box and travels the long passage, crossing the floor inch by inch until it reaches the back wall and holds there. The whole event is modest and exact. No thunder, no blaze, just a slender certainty that makes the chamber legible. Imbas is like that. Not a flood, but a line of light that lands where it needs to. Choose one simple anchor: the ember in the grate. The thin white of frost on the sill. The imagined beam moving across a stone floor. Keep your attention there. If it wanders, return as you would to a doorway you've stepped through 100 times. Stories of Finn McCool speak of a different entry point for knowing the salmon of wisdom, the burn on the thumb the habit of placing that thumb to the tooth to read what cannot be read otherwise. It's a tale of contact and patience, heat, memory, and attention working together. Winter understands this. You sit with the small heat and wait. You do not force. The mind, like a chamber or a thumb, keeps the mark of what it has touched. Another breath in. Notice the stillness in the room lengthen. Stay with your anchor. Across the island, other old centres carry the same lesson. At Tara, law and song once tested each other. At Uisneach, the middle place, people gathered in seasons of turning. The point was not display. It was alignment, human intention beside larger patterns. Imbas forosnai belongs to that alignment. When the self steps slightly aside, so what is true can edge past and take its place. Let a reflection rise without pressing for it. What is the dark chamber in you, honest, undecorated, waiting for its narrow beam? Where has a single fact, a sentence, a memory, a line of music moved across your inner floor and made familiar things readable? What simple practice is your thumb to the tooth? A way to touch the heat of attention without burning your whole hand. Return to the room. Feel the weight of your body in the chair. Hear whatever small sounds there are. A pipe ticking, a branch against glass, a bird rearranging itself before dawn. Imbas is not a spectacle. It is proportion returned, self set beside time, breath beside cold air, the ember beside the ash. In this winter hour, do only what serves that proportion. Write one unadorned line. Name one thing as it is. Set one question down and do not answer it yet. The work of the Filid was to speak when speaking made a boundary clearer, and to be silent when silence kept the shape of truth intact. That is still good counsel. Take a final slow breath. Inhale as if you're standing in that midwinter passage, waiting. Exhale as if the light has already found the back stone. When you are ready, lift your eyes. Notice how the room holds more detail than it did a few minutes ago. The grain in the table, the scuff on the hearth, the exact line where frost ends on the pane. Carry that steadiness into the day. If insight comes, receive it as the chamber receives sunlight, without grabbing, without fear of missing the rest. If it does not, tend the ember, read carefully, listen well, keep the practice. Imbas arrives to a mind prepared by winter's plainness, spare, honest, and attentive enough. Rest here, in this peace. When you're ready, take one final deep breath and slowly return to the present moment. This meditation is brought to you by Holywell Books, where we preserve the authentic wisdom of ancient Ireland for modern seekers. Find more at holywellbooks.com, or head to the episode description for the link. Until tomorrow, may you carry this peace with you